All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Experience. Now, remember when I told you guys about what it is that they were doing on Thursday? Because Pam had a date on Friday. I didn't know until Friday morning when she texted me. And the reason why she was acting the way she was on Thursday, when I asked her about my package. Didn't call me back, text her, didn't answer my text the entire time. I had to keep calling her uh, to ask if she went to go get it or she sent Ethan to go get it. And I called Ethan. He didn't answer his phone. He didn't return the text either. So, what it is that they were doing today when I'm watching Roswell, again, the other videos that I uploaded, this all correlates, right? Now, what was it? Friday? Or was it yesterday? No, yesterday. Yesterday, I got a call from her, and I'm like, okay, well, there you go again. So when I talk about how they use her and manipulate her. She conspiring with these criminals on the New York Predator Department, all right, to cover up their crimes, all right, and to try to uh, create some sort of uh, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, to keep me from coming forward and exposing the non-consensual human experimentation, the illegal microchipping with BCI. They will manipulate us as TIs to cover their asses. And that when we come forward and continue to talk about these things, they will try to get people to try to accuse us of certain things in order to hide what it is that they've been doing. Okay? So, after I uploaded those videos, she just called me tonight, just a little while ago. Actually, not a little while ago, just before I made this video, right? As I'm doing this video, asking me, did I find a hammer? Now, I find it very, very odd because I was looking for the hammer a couple weeks ago, right? And she didn't know where it was, so I didn't even bother looking. And she knows this, okay? She knows this. I did not bother look. I said, okay, well, I'm not going to because what I wanted to again, this is what it tests my memory. I was trying to get the uh, the cylinder from my son's old gaming chair because I had bought him a new chair. All right. So again, this is, and I talk about these things and what it is that they do. This is what I'm talking about. To try to say that they have not caused me any cognitive damage, or uh, look, try to, what's the word I'm looking for here? Trying to downplay, right? Trying to downplay the damage that they've done. Okay. So the fact that she asked me about the hammer, so I said to her, I said, no, I never found it. I didn't look for it. And so I said to her, all right. So she was like, okay. I said, all right, bye. And she goes, thank you. That's what she says to me, thank you. Right? These are the things that I talk about, what it is that they do. Right? And so, again, uh, like I always said, my purpose is greater than theirs. My purpose is to expose their lies, their deception, their manipulation. Their purpose is to lie, deceive, and manipulate. And also, the way how they've been attacking me. Like I said, every time I post the truth, go to my Facebook page and you'll see I post about the New York Predator Department, right, using secret surveillance tech and other forms of technology, particularly their program, which was uh, before, what was it called? I forgot, but anyway, so that's they're using Palantir, right? Palantir to engage who were doing these pre-crime type of thing, right? Invading people's privacy. But I keep saying what it is that they're doing. They're the ones that are committing and creating the crimes. They're doing this. And because I've studied what it is that they've been doing, particularly in the cognitive warfare space, particularly with the neuro cognitive warfare, also using mind control or brainwashing programs, you know, they kind of try to sanitize it by saying, okay, well, it's not brainwashing, it is uh, uh, um, cursive persuasion programming or thought reform or all these other sanitized words that they're using for brainwashing. Okay, and using technology. Talk about using silent sound. So even today, like I talk about that with my sister, trying to engage in this uh, involuntary servitude, this these threats, these coercive threats of homelessness, and all this other stuff, loneliness, and all this other things that they've been doing. And this is why we as TIs, those of us who've been documenting this for decades, this is why I was talking about with D-Web, Catherine Fitz, and others, right? Bobby Hemmett, as well as Dr. Phil Valentine. Because Bobby Hemmett and Dr. Phil Valentine were talking about the weaponization of the electromagnetic frequency using ELF waves, right? That's extremely low frequency waves to manipulate and control our minds, to subdue us, right? And I talked about this in the declassified CIA documents called uh, was it offensive weapons, right? In which the Russians were talking about these biogenerators, right? In which boost the electromagnetic frequency signals for mind control and the creation of zombies. And it talks about the West and how the West have been engaging in brainwashing and manipulating people because they've been experimenting on them and then implanting the idea that they've been uh, abducted by aliens. All right. And I can't remember there was a website that I posted. Someone had, was I guess looking at my timeline on Facebook, and they liked. No, sorry, no. I was. It was a TI group. I think that's what it was. It was a TI group, and I had posted uh, a, a website, and it talks about how the manipulation of people's minds, right? That the U.S. government, the CIA, and the military, DARPA, DoD, have been engaging in psychological experimentation as well as medical experimentation and other forms of non-consensual experimentation. And when you think about it, you look at the history of the United States, they have committed these crimes against people without anybody knowing. And so what they do to try to silence me is what is called reward and punishment, operant conditioning, using psychological warfare and neocognitive warfare, also covert warfare, so they can usher in a new era or a future in which the majority of people will be microchipped. So you see this whole real digital ID, that is just a front for what's to come. And once they got everyone in adjusted or conditioned to accepting these digital forms of IDs, right? They can do whatever it is that they want to us. Now imagine also when they start the microchip program and it goes nationwide, right? Because of them engaging in cognitive warfare and neurocognitive warfare, as well as cursive persuasion programming, covert warfare, particularly against black people and black communities. This is what they're doing. So when they start behaving in the manner that they're behaving today, I know that they're desperate, and they are desperate. And the fact to have Pam call me to ask me about a hammer that I was looking for a couple weeks ago, all of a sudden she's calling me. She had, like I said, on Thursday she did not call me at all. She ignored all my calls, all my texts. Right? I shouldn't say she ignored my call. I had to call her, right, in order for me to ask about my package, and waited a couple hours. Didn't call me back. Didn't text me back to tell me that she got the package. I had to keep calling her. So that's I should say that. Not the fact that I didn't speak to her. But every time she said, I'll call you back, or I said to her, call me back to let me know or text me, she refused to do it. But for the past 2 days, she's called me. Okay? All right. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.